Steel and Flame, Book 1 of the Guilds of Avlaan series is available on Amazon. If you like fluffy wolf lolly protagonists and Japanese light novels, follow the link below to check it out.
Hello, Leonardo Cornejo here with another video, and today I want to talk about something that you might want to hear. You wake up one day, you are minding your business, you are a content creator, I don't know, a writer, an artist, a YouTuber, whatever, and you log into social media and everyone is talking about you, and everyone is talking shit about you. Congratulations, you have been cancelled. Now what? The thing is, I want to talk about two cases for reference, and why one of them fucked up and the other will stand. First of all, I think everyone needs to know one thing. If they are trying to cancel you, addressing it, trying to clear your name, trying to explain it, it's not really going to make a fucking difference. It's not going to really make a change. It's not really going to make a change. It will actually make things worse. Most people think that explaining, that clarifying things, that talking it out will help them. It won't. It won't, because the ones trying to cancel you will see it as admission of guilt if you address it. Will see it as ammunition, and they are there for you. They want to destroy you. If you try to explain anything, it doesn't matter. Even if they are lying, or if they are distorting what you said or what you did, it won't matter to them, and you actually risk losing people who support you trying to talk it out. You will actually lose supporters even if you don't address it, and good riddance, because people who don't ask you privately, people who don't ask you publicly and try to understand the truth, people who go for whatever the other side said about you, they are not loyal, and you don't want these loyal people. But if someone asks you, try to address it as less publicly as possible, as less visibly as possible, and don't pin the blame on you. Don't do anything that will make you look like your attacker is right. And here comes the examples. First, you have Dr. Disrespect, someone I didn't really care about, and I don't care about. I don't like him because I think he's a fucking idiot. But he's neither a criminal nor a pedophile. He's not diagnosed. There is no criminal case of child sexual abuse, so he's not a pedophile. There is no criminal case in any regard, so he's not a criminal. He's a fucking idiot, and I don't like him. But I will stand for him as innocent until proven guilty, because people only wanted a witch born with him. They were basically saying, oh, he admitted he's guilty, he said he had inappropriate conversations. That was not what he said. That's a distortion of what he said, and people are using that to even turn his former supporters or supporters against him. And he's a fucking idiot who worded it in the worst way possible, because he worded it as if he was guilty. And that's where I come. That's what I'm going about. That's what I'm talking about. You don't address it publicly the way he did. You don't say, oh, regarding, they are saying I kill puppies. No, regarding that, I don't kill puppies. My puppy got cancer and I shot him in the head. You don't do that, because you killed puppies then. You don't address it that way. You don't make a lengthy explanation trying to justify yourself, and they admitting guilt, which he did. But that doesn't mean he's guilty, because, and I want you to remember, a forced confession is not a valid confession, and his confession was forced. He admitted guilt in a way that doesn't really make sense, because he basically said he talked to someone who happened to be a minor, and the conversation bordered, this is important, bordered in inappropriate. Bordering in inappropriate doesn't mean automatically it is inappropriate, let alone criminal. It means, I don't know, someone said dick at some point, or something like that. Or maybe she started flirting and he just basically said like, haha, you're funny. Bordering in inappropriate is not the same as inappropriate, and is not explicitly sexual. He said that, and by default he was considered guilty. Everyone basically pointed at him saying he's guilty, he's a child molester, he's a pedophile, he's a rapist, he's a sex offender, he's the worst, he's a cheater. Maybe he is, and that makes him much more a fucking asshole, and I hate cheaters, you know I hate them. But even if he was not, he's a fucking idiot, because he worded it in a way that gave ammunition to those who wanted to destroy him, and they used it to even turn those who supported him against him. And then, like a fucking retard, the follow-up is him saying, I should have known better, I know what I did is wrong. No, you fucking idiot, you don't say that. You don't say I did something wrong when you, in the first sentence, said I didn't break the law. Because then everyone will go at you. Because people want to burn witches. That's the truth. On social media, the reason cancellations happen is because people want someone to fuck over. People are hungry for blood, they want to burn a witch, they want to destroy someone, and that's what happened to him, because he's a fucking idiot. And he let himself open to that, by saying basically, I know I'm bad. That's what he said, I know I'm bad, I know I did something wrong, and I regret that. That gave ammunition to the guys who want to cancel him, to the guys who want to fuck him over. He fucked himself over by saying that. And that's why I don't think it's worth saving him. He fucked himself over. He admitted something he didn't necessarily do. Something according to the law he didn't do. But since he wanted to virtue signal while admitting he fucked up at the same time, he had to basically put himself as guilty. That's what happens when you virtue signal. Don't virtue signal. Don't ever do that. Never virtue signal about anything. The harder you virtue signal about something, probably you have that something in you. Or there is a story to tell about it. Don't virtue signal. Don't do that. Don't do that. Then we have the other example, which is Filian. Just for the record, because I think a disclosure is necessary. I do watch her content, I do follow her, I do like Filian. She's cute, she's funny, she's silly. And the silly part is the real problem here. The thing is, Filian had been using an avatar which she didn't precisely have the right licenses for. This happens a lot. You need to really be careful with licensing. This happens a lot with independent content creators. They are inexperienced, they are careless, and they end up making serious licensing mistakes. I am actually really afraid of that, especially with Daigo, for example, since I use a V-Roid model because I don't have the money to hire an artist yet. And I sincerely, I think similar to Kirsten, no? I mean, like, I prefer to use a V-Roid than to hire an artist who I can't trust, or spend too much money on something that maybe is not worth that much. So while I find someone affordable, reliable, and the money to pay that person, I'm sticking to the V-Roid. The thing is, I'm really cautious with all those things about licensing, because I know you can fuck up as bad as Filian. And she found out the hard way. That's the important part. She found out the hard way. She was misusing a license without probably without even knowing, without even thinking about it. She was basically just using the model, and basically the model got popular because of her, and she began to make figurines of it and digital assets of it for the games, and basically making official things which she needed to pay a license for first. And that's where the problem started, because the artist who created the model, the copyright holder, didn't know. The IP holder didn't know. And the IP holder was like, wait, what? And started talking about it after finding out a Good Smile company was making a figurine of Filian. And Filian didn't address it, which is smart. She didn't address it. She didn't address it the moment the drama started. You had all these people trying to burn her, because again they wanted a witch to burn. They hate her for her sense of humor, for her views. There are people who hated her by default and wanted to destroy her. And I decided to not switch sides, to not go like, oh, she's evil because she didn't respect the copyright, and decided to wait and see. And I'm still waiting and seeing, because when Filian was asked on a stream, because that's what happened, the only time she addressed it, as far as I know, she was asked on a stream about the situation with her audience, and she addressed it the right way. We are talking in private. We are going to fix this. I can't say anymore because we are already in talks. That's it. That's all she needed to say. That's all she needed to address. Her audience moved on. She moved on to whatever is going to happen. And the haters lost all ammunition. They could no longer do much, because if both sides are talking it out and trying to fix it, worst case scenario is Filian will need to pay a lot, which she probably can afford. Then continue, move on, and maybe even release the same figurine again. So basically nothing will change outwardly, even though inwardly she will lose a lot of money. And that's the worst case scenario, because she didn't act with ill intent, or at least doesn't seem to. The other party doesn't have anything against her, or at least doesn't seem to. And this isn't a criminal case, so there are no lawyers, or at least not. Well, there are lawyers because both sides will have their legal counseling, but there are no lawyers trying to prove one side innocent or the other. There is just arbitration, and it will get fixed, and it will get solved. Well, no, the real worst case scenario is Filian having to pay, and then having to get a new model anyway. And the best scenario will be a mutual agreement and everything returning to normal. Nothing big is going to happen. Nothing career ruining is going to happen. Both sides will keep their careers and move on, which is exactly what Filian haters are most angry about. She didn't give them ammunition. She didn't admit guilt. She didn't deny anything. She didn't admit anything. She basically just said, we are talking it in private, shut up. Well, not with the rude side, but we are talking it in private, nothing else will be talked about. She addressed it right. They tried to cancel her, and she addressed it right, and that's the right thing to do. Don't try to convince your audience you are the best person ever, because that's an admission of guilt to the ones who want to destroy you. Don't try to appease your haters, because that's just an admission of guilt to them. They will use it against you. Everything you say the moment they are trying to cancel you will be used against you, because the people trying to cancel you don't care about the truth. They just want a witch to burn, and they want to fuck you over. Especially the ones who started it. like the guys from Twitch who tried to destroy Dr. Disrespect with the posts claiming he was trying to groom a minor. They don't care about the truth. They don't care about anything. They wanted to fuck him over. In the case of Filian, the affected party is not the one who had ill intent. But there were people who tried to paint it as Filian being this evil plagiarist, which is not the case. They wanted basically to paint her as someone much worse than she was, because they don't care about the truth. They wanted to fuck her over. And those who spread it, not necessarily knowing the truth or the intent or the original canceller, are just fucking idiots. Fucking idiots who don't care about the truth. They want to virtue signal, they want a witch to burn, they want to cause drama, they want to cause conflict, or they think they are doing the right thing, they are fighting the right fight, they think themselves as fucking heroes when they are just fucking useful idiots, manipulated by someone with malice. And in that case you have even people you might respect, like Jeremy Hamley, who was basically targeting Dr. Disrespect because the rumor began to spread, and Jeremy loves to virtue signal. I will be honest, I don't like that about him. Someone will eventually get some dirty shit from him, and I will have, and even though I watch his content, I will not have any compassion to him, because I know he brought it upon himself. Because he constantly virtue signals, he constantly tries to play the good guy, and eventually it will bite him in the ass. And in the case of Filian, for example, well, you had people who did report on the matter with different intents, different attitudes, and some people I respect or used to respect actually were like, oh, fuck Filian, and I'm like, no, she did nothing wrong. She's innocent until proven guilty. Let this get fixed behind closed doors. But yes, so some people think they are doing the right thing by attacking someone, by joining the mob, by joining the cancel mob. That's why cancellations work. That's why they try to do it. Because there are evil assholes who think, hey, I can manipulate and use these people to attack this other person. Well, that's it for today. Have a good one.